Hello guys, welcome to another video. Today we're gonna talk about the real estate situation in Serbia. While in the capital and large cities the prices are totally out of control, in the countryside you can still find amazing bargains. So in this video we will find out what's going on, what's behind all these price fluctuations. And before we start the usual talk, hit the like button, check our other videos, and don't forget to subscribe. Let's start. As of 2024, the cost of real estate in central Belgrade has reached staggering heights, with prices hovering around $4,000 per square meter. This steep increase places Belgrade on par with many capital cities in the European Union, such as Zagreb and Bratislava, and even with larger cities in Germany like Dresden. The comparison extends across the Atlantic too, with prices similar to those in major North American cities like Nashville, Tennessee, and Calgary, Canada. This surge in real estate prices isn't confined to Belgrade alone. Novi Sad, the country's second largest city, has also seen significant price hikes, albeit to a lesser extent. You might think that as real estate prices soar, the Serbian economy must be flourishing, balancing out these high costs. If the economy were growing in tandem with these prices, the situation might not be so dire. However, this is where the real problems begin. The stark reality is that while these prices might be comparable to other international cities, they are starkly out of sync with local incomes, creating a precarious situation for many Serbians. Although Serbian salaries have seen some increases in recent years, they have not kept pace with the rapid rise in real estate prices in the largest cities. This disparity is starkly evident in Belgrade and Novi Sad, where the cost of living has outstripped the modest gains in wages. Despite these high property prices, Serbia remains one of the poorest countries in Europe, with a per capita income significantly lower than its Western counterparts. This economic disconnect is deeply felt by the average Serbian citizen, who faces the challenge of high real estate costs without a corresponding improvement in living standards. To put this into perspective, let's consider Calgary, one of the cities we mentioned earlier. Despite its status as a major urban center in Canada, Calgary actually has cheaper real estate prices per square meter compared to Belgrade. Yet, the average net salary in Calgary is almost 4 times higher than that of Belgrade. This stark contrast highlights the severity of the issue in Serbia. While property prices have soared to Western levels, incomes have not followed suit, leaving many Serbians struggling to afford even modest homes in their own capital city. High prices for real estate have not translated into better quality of life. For instance, Belgrade's public transportation network remains rather precarious, heavily reliant on buses and a small fleet of mostly outdated trams. While there is a high-speed train project in the works to connect Belgrade to Budapest, and the number of flights to Belgrade's airport has increased, the overall transport infrastructure has seen little improvement over the past 15 years. Essentially, Serbia's real estate market now boasts prices akin to those in the West, but it lacks the perks of a so-called first-world lifestyle. This brings us to a critical question: what could be behind Serbia's real estate price surge? Most of the reasons for Serbia's real estate boom are, unfortunately, not rooted in the country's own economic growth, but rather in the misfortunes of other nations. Serbia is experiencing a significant influx of people from various countries, driven by a range of issues. One key factor is Serbia's exceptionally relaxed visa and residence permit policies, among the most lenient in Europe. Citizens of countries like Turkey and Russia, who face difficulties obtaining visas for the European Union, can enter Serbia for short stays without a visa. Many use this opportunity to find employment or purchase property, eventually converting their short-term visits into residency. Additionally, the number of countries grappling with severe problems is substantial. Democracy is eroding in Eastern Europe, and inflation is eroding the wealth of Turks and Argentinians, for example. Even Westerners, seeking relief from their own crippling cost of living crisis, are choosing Serbia as a more affordable alternative. This confluence of factors, occurring rapidly and simultaneously, has created an immense demand for Serbia's relatively limited housing supply. Another factor contributing to the surge in real estate prices is the lack of attractive investment opportunities for Serbians within their own country. With a very weak stock market and bleak business prospects, many Serbians view real estate as one of the few reliable investment options available. This widespread perception drives local demand, further inflating property prices. As a result, both foreign newcomers and local investors are competing for the same limited housing, exacerbating the price increases. In summary, Serbia's real estate market has become a refuge for those fleeing various crises around the world, while also serving as one of the few viable investment avenues for locals. This dual pressure from both international and domestic sources has driven property prices to unprecedented levels. So, with the real estate market reflecting Western prices, but not providing the corresponding quality of life, it leaves us questioning the sustainability and future implications of this surge. Should you invest in Serbia's heated real estate market? From a profitability standpoint, investing in real estate in Serbia at the moment makes little to no sense. Although there is a high demand for housing driven by the influx of people from countries facing various crises, this demand has its limits. The purchasing power of these newcomers can only stretch so far, and many are already opting for even cheaper destinations like Thailand and parts of South America. Consequently, the potential yields from buying real estate in Serbia are likely to be moderate to low, as the market becomes increasingly saturated and the ability to command higher rents or resale values diminishes. However, from a residency perspective, purchasing property in Serbia can still be a worthwhile investment. Real estate ownership can serve as a basis for obtaining a residence permit, providing a stable foothold in the country. Additionally, while prices in cities like Belgrade and Novi Sad are steep, the Serbian countryside remains relatively affordable. For those willing to live away from major urban centers, rural Serbia offers a cost-effective living option. This can be particularly attractive for individuals looking to minimize expenses while still having a European base, provided they don't mind being far from the amenities and conveniences of a large city. Looking ahead, I expect real estate prices in Belgrade to remain high, although I find it hard to believe that they have a long bull market ahead. The current demand driven by international newcomers and local investors is likely to sustain high prices for now, but the market's capacity for further growth is limited by the purchasing power of its buyers and the overall economic climate. On the other hand, I anticipate that the countryside will become even cheaper. Serbia, much like the rest of Europe, is grappling with a prolonged demographic crisis, and most newcomers to the country prefer the amenities and opportunities found in larger cities. This trend will likely continue to depress rural property values. If you found this video insightful, please give it a like and consider subscribing to our channel. Your support helps us continue to bring you valuable content about real estate trends and other important topics. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.